All right, good morning. This is Dustin with Dusty Ridge Farms. I want to make a video today about rotational grazing, what the benefits are of it, why we use it, and why our animals love it. As you can see right here, I've got an old paddock where they've been for about the last week. Right now, I'm in the process of moving them, so I just opened up the fence and let them come back out here. They're already moving on to the fresh grass. They were letting me know they wanted some food today, so we went ahead and opened it up so they didn't have to wait around on that. But let's look in here and see what's left over. You can tell there's not a ton of grass left in here compared to where they're going out. I like to use this as a comparison. You can see right here's the fence line where they could get to, and then look on the other side. They have 3, 4, 5 inches of growth on that side, and this is all winter stockpile. We're just now starting to get some green up in the spring. This is March 3rd, I believe. So in Ohio we don't have too much grass growing yet, so this is all stuff that was already in here from last fall. They are making good use of the forage that we give them. We've got 2 steers and 7 sheep in there, and we had 3 sections. Got a truck going by. Okay, and we had 3 sections of the electric netting fence for sheep in here. And like I said, like that kept them for about 7 days, which we had to come down the last couple of days and give them some hay and check on them a little bit. They probably should have been moved a little bit sooner, but we weren't feeling the best. We've been sick in our house with small children, so I didn't get out here moving them. And one of the reasons we love the rotational grazing is they hit this area hard. You can see all kinds of animal impact in here, and then they get off of it, and then you can move them onto some fresh ground. Look at that beautiful green grass for the animals to have as late in the year as you can possibly get, because this week we're going to start, it looks like with the weather, we're going to start growing some grass. So they've pretty much made it all year with minimal hay because of this. It does require a lot more land to do it this way, but just watch the animals. They love it. As soon as you let them out, they quiet right down. They were very upset this morning. They wanted some fresh ground, so it's beautiful to see them get out and calm right down and back to their natural habitat. And also when you do this too, you get a bond with your animals. See, look at this. Hi, Dot. Our sheep all have names, since they're all females and we're not going to harvest any of them. We feel comfortable enough. This is Betty. Hi, Betty. This is the old lady, Miss Sally. But your animals get very used to you. I know a lot of people, I do have a perimeter fence over there, but a lot of people would not be comfortable trying to contain their animals just by opening up the fence like I did and letting them out. But these animals trust me enough, and they know kind of the routine of getting moved, so they're going to let me do that and not get too tore up about it and try to run away. They actually seek us out because they know that we are here to take care of them and to help them out. We'll walk through a couple of the previous areas that they've been in. This section here that we're headed up towards, which you can kind of tell the animals get close to it, and they usually don't go into it too far, but I guess maybe they're seeing a little bit of that green in there. You can tell all of the impact that they had in here the last few weeks. They were in this area for about 10 to 12 days, I believe, and we took them off as though this has been rested for about I'd say a week or so far. And then this over here, which I think they're gonna love this because it's already getting a ton of regrowth. Watch them. This has been rested for about 2 weeks now. And you can see on the ground all the regrowth we're getting already. It's a beautiful thing watching them. Especially on a beautiful day like this. Supposed to get up close to 70 today. And sunny for this time of year, you can't really beat that. So you can see this, about 2 weeks of rest. Right where those steers are, but right on the line. So you can see the green line, and then the next section over, right about in here, that's been about a week of rest, and then where they're at back there hasn't been grazed at all. Which it kind of looks counterintuitive because you see the green here, but that's just because they took this down so short, which I'd rather not have done, but my first year trying to do the winter stockpile grazing, so you're always learning something. And we'll walk over through here a little bit, give you another idea of it. And you can also see, like, you know, get a little chewed up here and there, but nothing too major. And especially when you get them off of it, you don't have near the mud issues. I challenge you to look at most of your neighbors' cows this time of year, and if they're out on pasture, they're probably not going to be looking this clean. Hi boy, what are you doing? Look at him. Oh yeah, he wants some scratches. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, knucklehead. These two are brothers. This is his younger brother. He's about a week younger. They're always fighting for the attention. What are you doing? Easy. Okay, go back to eating. Now they think I got something for them. No, go back to eating grass. You can see right there where he's walking through how soft the ground is in here. It's leaving imprints, but when you move them around that quickly, they might chew it up for a little bit, but then it gives that ground time to recover. And even during the winter time, you wouldn't think that your ground would recover that much, but it does. It makes a big difference. And I believe this is the section I'll be moving them on to. You can see in here, like I was telling you, you know, you see a lot of the brown in there, but there is still quite a bit of green. And they'll sort through that too. It's amazing watching these animals when they forage on the winter stockpile, how they're able to pick through and get that green grass that they really crave out. Hi buddy. Now you won't stop following me around, huh? Yeah. Oh yes. Good boy. So right about a year old now. He was born the last week of February last year, so I think he's growing pretty darn good. For these are dairy steers. They're some mix of Jersey and Holstein. They've been fed almost entirely grass or hay their whole life. They do get some grain, just enough to keep them really friendly with us and to help them out when they're on this grass here. It may not have as much minerals and nutrients in it, so we try to supplement that with a little bit of grain. Nothing like they would get if you were trying to finish them as a grain-fed animal. Other is his smaller brother. You can tell he's not quite as big, but he's growing out pretty good as well. Look at that. Oh, can't eat the camera. But anyway, we'll do an update once we get them moved and everything situated. The sheep are falling in love with that green patch there. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. You can tell above it it's pretty brown, below it's pretty brown, but that little section, which was a part of one of the fields that's already been grazed, it's getting a ton of regrowth already. So, and the sheep have found it. Anyway, we'll catch back up with you here in a little bit. All right, welcome back, folks. Wanted to give you a quick rundown of how I've got the animals set up here. So I got them put on their new paddock. You can tell everybody is wondering why I'm still over here near the fence. They're trying to check it out. So basically, you can tell they've got the area here where it's pretty clean. So we set that up. A lot of times what I'll do here is I'll actually use my perimeter fence as fencing so I can section off a bigger area. But you can tell here I had to run this along the inside. Down there, right in there, there was a gap that I didn't notice when I was initially setting up the fence. So I had to shift to plan B. And in case you're wondering, this is the sheep netting. I do like it for the sheep because I haven't had any issues with them, knock on wood. They've all stayed safe, but I am planning to switch this year for the cows. I want to use the reels and get them trained to that instead of using the sheep netting. The sheep netting works great for around the house and the banks and stuff here that I just don't want to weed eat, but it's too much to try to move the cows in those two, especially when we want to expand the herd and get some more this spring. Hi, buddy. It's just too much to try to move, because so far you can tell over the last few weeks I've moved it across this field. It just, there's a lot of different things you have to think about. It's harder to run it through trees and brush like that. Also, wherever the fencing stops, kind of where you have to bring it back and make a loop with it, where when you've got a reel that's got, you know, 600-700 feet, or even I think you can get them up to 1,200 feet of line in them, it's not going to have any problem sectioning off these and just moving them quicker. Also, obviously, you have to bring the animals water, so that's probably one of the biggest things to think about, is how you're going to get water to your animals. Hi, Sally. And then also we use the solar chargers to electrify our netting. It seems to work well. We did have one time during the winter here in Ohio that we just were not getting enough sunlight for like 2 days we had issues where it was not putting out a good charge, but the rest of the time we get enough sun that it's usually not an issue. Works pretty well. The animals respect it. It's strong enough that they've never really messed with it too much. It's a beautiful sight, seeing them go back to eating. But yeah, so that's the setup. Usually takes me about an hour and a half. So that's the other thing I want to save with, is moving all of those posts and then stretching the fence back out and then finding a spot for the post to go again. Whereas with the reels, I'm sure you can go further. I think that's about 12 feet apart. I'm hoping I can double that distance. This cuts down on the amount of time you got to spend with fence posts by about half. What do you think, buddy? And then he can get moved around quite a bit more. I'd like to go to every 3 or 4 days instead of moving them about once a week here. But I've also got to figure out a more efficient system to do that. We've had a beautiful day today. Sun's getting ready to, well, we probably got 2 hours before it sets here. It's about 4:30. But you can tell we're starting to get some green in the hills. That's a beautiful time of year. Excited for it. We're gonna have a lot more videos coming out here as the weather gets warmer. It's really hard to film when it's windy and rainy and cold here. So when we have days like today, we'll be coming out with a lot more videos. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those below. I'll get back to them as much as I can. Appreciate everybody's time watching these videos. It's fun for us to share the life that we're living and the journey that we're on. So thank you.